You're watching this video because you're one among many others who have tried to figure out what's going on with dating and marriage in this current day and age. If not, feel free to skip this video because that's exactly what we're talking about here. With the onslaught of the feminism movement, modern women are perceived to be a problem more than anything else. But are they really a problem? And whom would they be a problem for? I truly believe that the whole chaos is due to the fact that modern women have clearly failed to express what they actually want. Therefore, men are kind of lost as they really don't know what to expect, and most importantly, how to adapt to this unprecedented structure of romantic relationships. Modern women are actually a society-given blessing to men, if men only understand and act accordingly. In this video, we're highlighting the 3 keys to a successful relationship with modern women. 3 keys, with the last one of them being the most important takeaway of this video, so that both men and modern women could sort through the noise and make it work for the benefit of everyone involved. Yes, it's possible. But all I'm asking you is to not make any assumptions or be skeptical until you watch this video to the end. Number 1. Men and modern women should never forget that we're all strong, capable, and independent. Don't let anybody tell you or make you feel otherwise. Number 2. Men and modern women should set their standards and do not settle for less, not even for average. Number 3, and definitely the most important takeaway. Men and modern women should embrace the simple principle of equality in action. A lot of money and effort was spent toward gender equality, that it should now be more than just a bunch of slogans, with no actual manifestation. Therefore, both men and modern women should come together as a team to boost the momentum by embracing the principle of equality in action. With the principle of equality in action, everyone's held accountable in fulfilling the equally shared roles, responsibilities, and duties throughout their entire relationship. Historically, men have been carrying the burden, from dating to marriage, and sometimes even after a divorce when kids are involved. Who never heard them whining about how difficult their roles and duties are? It almost seemed like they needed some kind of help, but their ego wouldn't let them admit it. By only taking their word for it, you understand that modern women are nothing but a blessing to men. They're only claiming a fair share of the privilege, but also the responsibilities that come with it. Isn't it written that God made women to be a helper to men? It's time for both men and women, as a team, to get rid of all the outdated notions of patriarchy, hypergamy, domestic leadership, along with all the primaries. Primary breadwinner, primary provider, protector, caregiver, and so on. No more gender roles, but also, no more gender responsibilities. Regardless how you look at it, these notions imply inequality in relationships and can no longer fit in the well-advertised modern society, where everyone needs to be equal in everything. It takes little to no critical thinking to understand that there will not be domestic equality as long as there will be a primary anything. To be the primary of something, there's got to be a secondary, or worse, a beneficiary, of that same thing. Consequently, it becomes irrational to work on getting everyone equal to anyone, unless we all embrace the principle of equality in action. Out of ego, men generally have a hard time implementing equality in action, but they should realize that in this modern society, equality in action is the most viable way to go, for them to keep their sanity on one end, and for modern women on the other end to practice what they preach. When dating, expenses for restaurants, hotels, clubs, and movies should be equally shared. Wedding preparation, utility bills, child expenses and childcare expenses, medical bills, Groceries should also be equally shared, as well as all household chores like cooking, cleaning, dishwashing, laundry, lawn mowing, utility repair, and so on. Each person becomes responsible for their own financial and physical protection. This will eliminate the degrading and shameful feeling of dependency, in any shape or forms. As harsh as it may sound, no one should ever worry about anything, because we're all strong, capable, and independent. Chivalry, being a code of conduct of the Middle Age, when women were living in the shadow of their men, has no place in our modern society. On top of opening doors and many other gender-centric things, it also entails protection to the most vulnerable. When we've all become strong, capable, and independent, it's a no-brainer that chivalry should just be dead and buried for good. These are the 3 key points to remember, and most importantly practice, for a healthy relationship with the modern society's mindset. The flip side, of course, will be a couple of minor issues that no one should freak out about. After all, there isn't a single aspect of life that's free of issues. We only need to know them and have a holistic view of everything stemming from the fight for domestic gender equality. The already declining marriage rate will accelerate, and soon, marriage will be worthless if it isn't already. After all, what's the purpose of marriage, in a society where strong and independent men and women become optional to each other? They only want, but don't need one another. Is it possible to truly commit to something, or to someone, that you don't need? When men and women, unconsciously or not, will not only generate the same type of energy around each other, but they'll also expect from each other what modern society taught them not to offer. If behaviors and speech can change, natural expectations and biology will never. In the absence of productive compatibility among men and modern women, what's marriage for? If the ends justify the means, they also justify the needs. Men and modern women would crave that resting shoulder, the compassion and comfort from their partner, but no one would look like they need it, let alone deserve it. And this is because we're all strong, capable, and independent. Don't you dare forget that. We're taught to set our standards and not settle for less, not even for average. With everyone fulfilling the same roles, responsibilities, and duties, reciprocal appreciation is definitely in jeopardy. 9 times out of 10, men and modern women will end up not feeling loved enough, if not at all. But no worries, modern society tells us it's enough to love your own self, and that's where all your focus and energy should be directed to. Love yourself, and you'll be all right for sure. Consequently, having sexual intercourse will become the only incentive for modern men and women to come together outside the workforce. Hence the question again, what's marriage for? When physical intimacy is the only reason for getting into a relationship, 2 major things happen. First of all, there will be no emotional intimacy. For your record, a healthy relationship requires partners to be physically, but also emotionally intimate. Secondly, and somewhat a consequence of the first point, the relationship will hardly be exclusive. That being said, there's nothing to worry about again. Modern society made available a couple of new tools that you can use to fill in the blank. It's now legit to go outside your relationship and fulfill any of your desires, without even cheating. Yes, it's possible now. It's called having an open relationship, not cheating. Even while married, you can still do the same. It would just be said you're in an open marriage, but not cheating or being unfaithful. Now you know that cheating is only cheating when you're not honest about it. Just make sure it's opened and you'll be all right. And there you have it. Modern society and its revolutions are here to stay, make no mistake about it. Backed up and funded by institutions, relentlessly advertised through social media, and automatically accepted with little to no critical thinking by the mass. A society where everyone appears strong from the outside, but extremely miserable internally. Worst, they wouldn't admit to you that they made the wrong move and messed up their lives. They wouldn't make a post on social media on how emotionally drained and lonely they feel, regardless of everything they have. They wouldn't do it just so you ignorantly follow their footsteps and learn it the hard way. Family is the most important thing of any society, but yet, its demise before our own eyes seems not enough for us to start thinking clearly. If fighting the system could be an uphill battle, it takes little effort to go for the principle of equality in action, wherever and whenever equality is claimed. Let's give modern women the chance to practice exactly what they preach, and everyone should be okay. If you've liked this video, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. Thanks for watching.